What's going on, people? Welcome to 137 Works, and today I thought I'd do something a little different. The channel has been extremely slow the last last year or so. I was going to say last couple of months, last year or so. Thereabouts. It's sporadic uploads, random subjects. Again, you've seen recently a Fortnite, like a music thing, 3 or 4 weeks later, a Fortnite video, then some more music. There hasn't been any Settle Corsa gameplay, there hasn't been any VR footage, there hasn't been any shooters, like, again, obviously except for Fortnite or whatever. Yeah, I just thought I'd do an explanation, not like an excuse, or if there's anybody wondering, it's like, you know, what's that dude doing? Does he still make videos? Should I still be subscribed? Like, what's the deal? Yeah, essentially, so it started off with my general, like, I know my general kind of progress has slowed down over the years, like, I understand that, like, my uploads and stuff. Really, the big kicker was about, last March, I want to say. Obviously, the big financial thing that's going on in the world, prices are mad high, rent is high, but wages are low, and all that kind of stuff. About that time, my sister and my brother-in-law, who are married and have 2 kids with 2 nieces, they have both worked basically their entire lives. They've both worked in their entire lives, but they've never been able to put the money together to buy a house, so they've been renting. And essentially what happened was the rent got too high, the landlord decided to sell the house, and they were left, basically, they would have been homeless if they didn't have us. So I live at home with my parents because, you know, a similar situation, not terribly proud of it, wish it was different, but it is what it is. That's essentially what happened, is that he needed a place to stay. Obviously, my mum and dad completely, and me, obviously, absolutely no issue with that. That's the essential fundamental reason, is that I had to change rooms. So again, to go into a little bit more detail, so I lived with my little sister, but she moved in with her boyfriend. So she moved in, like, they have a little place that they got outside, like his parents' house or whatever, a granny flat, I think they call it here in Ireland. So she moved in with him, which had left her room free. So my mum and dad took that room and gave me their old room. It's very hard to explain, but basically my room is the biggest. My room is marginally, very slightly bigger than this one that I'm in now, and my little sister's room was like the box room. Now again, we have got a situation where we have a caravan down in Wicklow that my parents spend down a lot of time in, like 3/4 of the year they spend most of the time down there. So the original situation was meant to be 6 to 9 months, I think it was. So they were like, well, that would be most of the summer essentially, so there'll basically be nobody here, so you'll have the extra room, the extra space. If they come back and they need somewhere to keep, they've got my little sister's old room and stuff like that, so it worked out perfect. So I was like, yeah, okay, you can have my room since it's marginally bigger. I'll shift all my stuff into my parents' old room, and that'll be the way it is for 6 to 9 months. Again, that was back in March of last year. Like, so it should go to tell you that how hard it has been for them to kind of, not hard to save, they've been saving fine, but just how hard it is to get a house, essentially, even with saving for a mortgage. Like, yeah, that's basically what it is. So if you've noticed the different background, the silver in the background and the record shelves and stuff like that, as opposed to the old red that I used to have, again, just the different room down the hall, that's all it is. I'm just in my parents' old room, this is how they decorated it. But yeah, that's basically essentially it. So that's the change of rooms. Why does that affect? Like, you're in a different room, big deal, make videos. I am now directly above the main living room where the family are. So that's basically, I'm directly above, so I know I'm not a very boisterous, big, loud commentator or YouTuber or like that, like, I'm not screaming and shouting out them, but I'm very self-conscious, and I'm like, ugh, if anybody hears me up here, like, well, the exact stats of a Ferrari 458 Italia, blah, blah. I'm just, you know, they know that I do. I'm not hiding that from them, but it's just something that I've always been kind of self-conscious about. So number 1, I'm directly above the living room. Number 2, that wouldn't have been a problem if the situation that we had found it had been the case where it was like, oh yeah, they're going to be down in our little caravan in the little caravan holiday park where we that for the entire summer. It is not panned out that way due to various reasons. My parents haven't been able to get down nearly as much as they wanted to, which meant that they basically always are down directly below me. So it's just meant that I'm trying to grab snippets here and there. I'm trying to do little bits and pieces when I can. Now again, don't get me wrong, a lot of this is on my fault, my own fault, my own laziness, essentially. I will absolutely have like moments where I'm just like, oh, I'm not really feeling it, or I could, there is nobody here, like very rarely now, but there is, like, it's quiet enough. There's been moments and times where I could have potentially made videos and I just didn't out laziness, but more often than not, I'll get an idea, set everything up, all the lighting and all that kind of stuff like that, and I'll start recording a commentary, and like all of a sudden everyone has a meeting outside the door. Not literally that, but like my niece will knock in looking for something, looking for a pen or paper, or my sister will ask me for something, or just there will be people directly down below me, and I just would be self-conscious. Like, again, I got a drum kit. My uncle had this drum kit in storage in my granddad's house. I got that electronic drum kit, obviously. I should clarify. Yeah, I got that, again, thinking loads of time, just knocking anybody down below me, I can stamp away on the ground and all that kind of stuff, and that's just not been the case. I've barely been able to play it since I got it, because there's just no, it's essentially me, my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, and 2 kids. So there's 6 of us crammed into one relatively small house. It's not exactly a mansion that we have. It's not small per se, but it's not a huge space for that amount of people, including 2 young kids, and yeah, so just constantly a lot of noise, a lot of people. That's essentially the fundamentals of it. I just haven't had, number 1, the time, not the time, but like the free time, the quiet time to like sit down and dedicate this. Like right now, as I'm recording this, I am listening, I can hear my mom listening listen to Oasis, like playing a live show or whatever, down below me. And I know that my sister and her husband, my brother-in-law, are gone out. They're gone out somewhere. So I know that they won't be by. So I've got this like 5, 10, 15 minutes whatever that to record this. So that's the by and large of it. It's not that I've not also like it's not that I've no ideas. I had the Fortnite video, all them clips, I've saved them again since like the end of last year. Like, so I've been working on that one, and I've been slowly chipping away at editing that like hour and a half long thing over the last couple of months. I have a video on Koala Sampler. So these last 2 tunes that I put out, Medicated and All I Have to Do, Dreams, they were made actually in Koala Sampler. So I had a video that I've got a video recorded. Again, it's about an hour's worth of video of the different angles, like, you know, top down and the screen record and video cam and stuff like that I recorded about a week or 2 ago. That just basically shows my process of how I make a song in Koala Sampler, and maybe some tips and tricks that I picked up along the way and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's something to come. I have loads of a set of course of video ideas, but like, I don't know, I'm like self-conscious about it now. I'm like overthinking it. Is anybody watching these anymore? Even though still, again, the James Dean one is one of the most recent ones that I did, and it's like one of my most viewed videos. Yeah, but there's loads of different cars. I've downloaded a bunch of cars over the last year or so that I would like to check out on the channel and stuff. So there's like definitely, it's not that I'm basically just saying that I'm still here, because I realized that I've uploaded basically nothing for the vast majority of the time. Then a song, and then a random Fortnite gameplay video of like an hour and a half of compilation, and then another song, and people are probably going to unsubscribe and don't care, whatever. But yeah, for anybody that does care, that's essentially it. That's basically what it boils down to, is I'm still here, I'm still kicking, I'm still making beats, I'm still making, you know, I'm still playing games. Not as much, I will say. I haven't been as much, like, as motivated to play certain games and play, like, set up the reel and stuff like that, but definitely have ideas, have thoughts, not giving up on the channel or like that. It's not just a dead place where I post my music or whatever. There is still ideas and thoughts and things like that I want to do on the channel going forward, but for now, that is just, again, this was an idea. Actually, this video was an idea. It's like, you should probably do a video at some point explaining, first of all, the background change that's been in place for like last year and a half or so, and then just where you've been, why the uploads have been quiet. So that is, I think, essentially that. I'm trying to think, is that else I'm missing? I don't think so. Yeah, again, keep an eye out for that Koala Sampler video, and again, I've set up this mic now that it can record top down and record different angles with my phone. Yeah, I'm just, I think, just about out of things to say. So that's basically the situation. If you found it interesting and useful, I don't imagine why you would find it either of those things, but if you thought that it was a good explanation, a good reason for why I'm not making videos as much, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.